Your birthday arrived this morning, and you woke up, looked at the ceiling for a moment, and thought, right, today's the day. Then you got up, made your coffee, maybe scrolled your phone, went about your morning exactly the way you always do. No balloons, no countdown, no carefully curated plans, no expectation that the world should feel different just because the date changed. And when people asked, "What are you doing for your birthday?" you said something like, "Oh, nothing really," and watched their face do that thing. That slightly confused, slightly concerned look, like you just told them something was wrong with you. But here's what they didn't understand. It wasn't that you forgot. It wasn't that you were sad. It wasn't even that you didn't care. It was something quieter than all of that. Something you've probably never had the words for. Psychology does, and what it says about you might surprise you. Society has a very specific script for birthdays. Excitement, plans, a dinner reservation, a cake with candles, friends gathered in a room saying your name a little louder than usual, social media posts that prove the day happened. And if you don't follow that script, if you let the day pass like any other, people assume something must be broken, that you're depressed, that you had a difficult childhood, that you don't love yourself enough to celebrate. But what if it's none of those things? What if the people who treat their birthday like a normal day aren't missing something? They're just built differently. What if the quiet around your birthday isn't emptiness at all, but a kind of peace that most people never find? Let's look at what's actually going on beneath the surface. The first thing to understand is that your relationship with your own birthday is deeply connected to something psychologists call your locus of identity. Basically, where you locate your sense of self. Psychologist Julian Rotter, who developed the concept of locus of control in the 1950s, found that people differ significantly in whether they look inward or outward for validation. Some people need external markers, celebrations, acknowledgement, visible proof, to feel that something matters. Others carry their sense of meaning internally. They don't need the occasion to be witnessed to feel it. If you treat your birthday like a normal day, there's a strong chance you're someone who lives from the inside out. You don't need a room full of people telling you that you matter on a specific Tuesday in order to believe that you do. That's not indifference. That's a quiet form of self-containment that most people spend their entire lives trying to build. But here's where it gets more interesting. There's a concept in developmental psychology called the spotlight effect, studied extensively by psychologists Thomas Gilovich and Kenneth Savitsky at Cornell University. They found that most people dramatically overestimate how much others notice and think about them. The average person walks around feeling constantly observed, constantly evaluated, constantly at the center of everyone else's attention. But people who treat their birthday like a normal day often have a much more accurate read on reality. They understand, without bitterness, that the world doesn't actually pause for them. And rather than fighting that truth with parties and announcements and countdown posts, they've made a kind of peace with it. That peace isn't cynicism, it's clarity. And clarity about the world, about how attention actually works, about what really matters, is one of the rarest things a person can have.
And that raises a deeper question. Because not everyone who lets their birthday pass quietly is doing it from a place of peace. Here's the part that needs to be said honestly. For some people, the quiet birthday isn't a choice, it's a protection. Psychologist Albert Bandura's research on self-efficacy, a person's belief in their own worthiness of good things, found that when people grow up in environments where their needs consistently went unmet, where celebrations felt conditional, or where being the center of attention felt unsafe, they learn to shrink, to preempt the disappointment by expecting nothing, to say, "I don't care about my birthday," before anyone else gets the chance to forget it. If you've ever told yourself you don't care about your birthday, and then felt a small, unexpected sting when midnight passed and the phone stayed quiet. That feeling is worth paying attention to. Not with shame, just with honesty. Because there is a difference between someone who genuinely doesn't need the celebration and someone who stopped letting themselves want it a long time ago. One is freedom. The other is a wound wearing the costume of indifference. Only you know which one lives in you. But for most of you watching this, the quiet birthday really does come from somewhere whole. Psychologist Abraham Maslow, whose famous hierarchy of needs mapped out what humans require to truly flourish, placed self-actualization, the deep internal sense of being fully yourself, at the very top. Not approval, not acknowledgement, not celebration, just the quiet, unshakable knowledge of who you are. People who don't need their birthday to be an event have often already found something that most people are still searching for. They don't need one day a year to feel special because they're not waiting for external permission to feel that way in the first place. The birthday is just a day. They are the thing that matters, and they already know that. Society calls it not caring. Psychology calls it self-possession. The people who fill their birthdays with noise and plans and expectations aren't living more fully than you. They're often just louder about the need to be reminded that they matter. You don't need reminding. You woke up this morning, made your coffee, and moved through the world as someone who has quietly, without any fuss, made peace with who they are. There is nothing small about that. There is nothing sad about that. Your birthday doesn't define your worth, and you figured that out before most people do. The candles are optional. You were never the one who needed them. If this felt like someone finally put words to something you've been carrying quietly, leave a comment. Even just tell me how you spent your last birthday. I read every single one. And if you've ever wondered why some people need constant reassurance, while others seem completely unbothered by what people think of them, the psychology behind that difference is genuinely fascinating. That one's next. Subscribe, because there is so much more of your own psychology left to understand.